Shalom. This is your brother Gabal War with another day, another week, through the Spirit of the Lord willing, all right, to prophesy the downfall of America, which is Babylon the Great, all right, and the rulers of this world, which is the elites, the bank owners of the world, man, all right, and to await, okay, the elect of the nation of Israel, man, and to warn the nation of Israel of the destruction that's coming, man, by the mighty power, man, So, Lord willing, let's get into another lesson, man. But before I get into it, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakodash, and always giving double honors unto my elders and apostles, all right, which is the true elders and apostles of Great Millstone, all right, and unto the sincere brothers that's preaching out the gospel throughout the four corners of the world, man, all right. And shalom goes to the true believers, all right, that believe in this gospel, all right. There is the elect of the nation of Israel, man, which is made up of y'all so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and scattered Israelites that are known as confusion of faces amongst the other nations, man. Shalom. All right. So getting into my lesson, to my topic, I want to get into Esau Edom. Who is he, man? Okay. And I want to get into, the whore that is talked about in the book of, the book of Revelations, the 17th chapter, man. Okay. Which is America the Great, man. All right. But once again, man, I want to talk about Esau Edom. Who is he, man? Because a lot of people nowadays, they are so into their own ways and their wickedness and their prideness of their wickedness. And, the world is in gross darkness, man. So a lot of people don't know who is Esau Edom, okay? But the Bible will tell you who he is, man. But once again, man, this message is unto you Israelites, all right? Let's get that. Let me get that real quick to prove you that this message is going unto you Israelites. All right. First, let me get the book of Isaiah 58, and it reads, "Cry out loud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins." You see, and who is the house of Jacob, man? Okay, y'all so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, y'all are the house of Jacob, And this is the trumpet. The trumpet is the word of the Lord, all right? When you see, man, when you see so-called black men, Latino men, Native American men, or even scattered Israelites amongst other nations that are confusion of faces, okay, that look like the other heathens, because we have been, Hezonite, man. We took in the ways and we serve other gods, so we started to look like other gods, man. So when you see these men, all right, prophesying in the highways and byways, man, those are what, man? Those are the men of the Lord, man. That's that trumpet, man. And once again, it starts with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, man. And this trumpet is being blown unto Israelite, all right, unto y'all Israelites, man. Okay. But throughout the whole world too, man. So like I said, man, this message is unto you people. Okay. Now this is Isaiah 61. It says, "The spirit of the Lord Yahweh power is upon me, because the Lord Yahweh has anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek, and he has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the open of the prison to them that are bound," man. Okay, who is the meek? The meek is talking about y'all Israelites, man. All right, y'all are the true meeks of this world, man. So that cuts anything that anybody got to say against that, man. Okay, and who is the brokenhearted? Y'all brokenhearted is y'all so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Why are we brokenhearted, man? Because we serve captivity. All right, we serve captivity under our oppressor, man. You see? And now, because we're brokenhearted, because we don't know who we are as a nation. All right? You ask the average Jake, what is your history? What is your nationality? He don't have a clue. He's gonna tell you what he's been taught his whole life, man. You know, that he's black, or that he's Latino, or he's a Native American, man. You know, they will never tell you I am an Israelite, because they don't know the history that we had before captivity, man. So we are brokenhearted, man. You know, and it says proclaim liberty to the captives, man. This message goes to all of us, man. You see, because right now the Lord's giving us liberty. You know, he's giving us a free will to go on social media, all right, to search out his word, you know, his knowledge, you know. So we still got that time right now, man. All right. So once again, this message is unto you Israelites, okay, and unto the other nations, man. And to bring that out, let me go to the book of Isaiah chapter 13. It says, the burning of Babylon, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see, man. See, there you go, Babylon, America, the burning of Babylon. You see, Isaiah saw this vision, because Isaiah is a prophet, okay? And he was prophesying against Babylon, man. All right, Babylon, which Babylon means confusion, okay? And America is a land of confusion, man, of all different type of philosophy, you know, changing the nature to unnature, you know. It's a whole bunch of confusion, disgusting stuff that happens, that's going on here in Babylon, man. Things that are against the scriptures, man. Things that is against the laws, the statutes, and commandments of the Lord, man. You know, this is America, Babylon the Great, okay? And it says, verse 2, and it says, lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles, man. You see? And that's what these men out here are set up by the Lord to prophesy against this kingdom, to prophesy against the nobles, man, to prophesy against the mountain. All right, a mountain means what? A government. You see? America, okay, is a government. All right, the president, the White House, that's the mountain. You see? The nobles, all right, the leaders, the elite bank owners of the world, man. You know, the Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, and so on and so forth, man. These are the nobles of this world, man. Okay, so we out here once again to prophesy, man. These men are out here to prophesy against those people, right? So, you know, let's get into that. You know, let's get into that right there, man. That topic, man. You know, let's get into these elite bank owners of the world, man. All right, and who is he, man? You know, who is Esau Edom? Okay. Now let me get out the book of Job, chapter 9, and verse 24, and it says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he, man? You see? So, who is the wicked? Yeah, right? You might ask yourself, yo, who is the wicked? What are you talking about, man? You know? Matter of fact, first, to prove you who is the wicked, let me look up the meaning behind the wicked, okay? So you can get a full understanding of what I'm talking about. All right? So once again, book of Job, chapter 9, verse 24, and it says, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? All right, you see, because the wicked man, he's in rulership. He owns the world. He covers the judges he covers the faces of the judges thereof, man. All right, being said that he is the judge. All right, you know, nothing goes if he says so, man. Now, this is the definition of the wicked. All right, you know, this is the definition of the wicked in the Blue Letter Bible, which is the Blue Letter Bible. You know, it's an app that you can find on your phone, man. You know, and it'll help you to understand the Bible better, man. Okay, so the wicked, you know, it's a Hebrew word, which is H7563, Rasha, all right, it says wicked, criminal, guilty one guilty of crime, wicked, hostile to the Most High. All right, and to be hostile to the Most High is when you're going against His law, when you're a transgression against His law, man. Okay, and it says wicked, criminal, guilty one guilty of crime. You see, and I'm gonna prove you why this wicked, he's guilty of his crime, because this wicked has created a lot of crime in his lifetime. All right, and once again, I'm gonna prove you, man, with the scriptures. You know, just bear with me. It says wicked, hostile to the Most High, wicked, guilty of sin. You see, against the Most High or man. You see, it even said man. You know, because he did what, man? All right, but you know, that man is talking about Israel, man. All right, because he is guilty against man. All right, so going back to Job chapter 9 verse 24, it says the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. He covers the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You know, and who is this wicked? You might ask yourself, right? All right, let me go to the book of Micah, Salakia, Malachi. This is the book of Malachi. Salakia, I'm all over the place. The book of Micah. Malachi chapter 1, and it says, the burden of the word of the Most High to Israel by Malachi. I had loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau's Jacob's brother, says the Lord Yahweh. Yet I love Jacob. Okay, and it says, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage ways for the dragons of the wilderness. You see, so the Most High hates Esau. Okay, but you might ask yourself, yo, what are you talking about? Who is Esau? Okay, now the Most High say he loved Jacob. Okay, and it says verse 4, which is the point, and it says, whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return to build the desolate places. Thou sayest the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh has indignation forever. You see? So who is the border of wickedness, man? Who is the wicked that the Most High is talking about in Job 9 and 24? That wicked is talking about Esau, Edom. All right? You know? And now again, you might ask yourself, now, what are you talking about now? Who is Esau, Edom? You see? And that's all right, man, because ain't nothing wrong with asking questions. If you don't know nothing, then you don't know nothing. You know? If you don't know nothing, then you know something. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ashamed of asking questions. Right? Just keep it simple, man. You know? Who is Esau, Edom? All right, now we know that the wicked is Esau, Edom. Who is Esau, Edom? Now this is the book of Deuteronomy. All right, Salakia. Going to the book of Genesis, man. Genesis, which is the beginning. All right, the beginning of all things. The beginning of nations. You know, the beginning of all people. All right, the beginning of the earth and the heavens, right? You know, and it talks about Esau, Edom, the beginning of Esau, Edom as well, man. You know, now this is the book of Genesis, chapter 25. And I'm gonna start at verse 19. It says, and these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Assyrian. of Pedaram, the sister to Laban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord Yahweh for his wife, because she was barren, and the Lord Yahweh was entreated of him. And Rebekah his wife conceived, and the children struggled together within her, and she said, If it be so, why am I thou? And she went to inquire of the Lord Yahweh. And the Lord Yahweh said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, two matters of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. All right. So Isaac, man, Isaac, which was a holy man, which was the son of Abraham. You see, because the Lord Yahweh has made an oath unto Abraham, Isaac, you know, and to another generation that came out of Abraham, man. But we got to find out who that generation was, man. But right now we have the topic of who? Who is Esau Edom? All right, as him being the wicked, right? Now Esau Edom, you know, which was the son of Isaac, man. You know, and it's talking about him. It says, verse 23 again. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, and two matters of people shall be separated from thy vows. All right, so she was having twins, man. You know, and these kids, these two twins, were struggling in the womb of Rebekah. All right, because there was two different type of people, two different type of matter of babies, as you can say, you know. But they grew up to being men too. So two different type of matter of men was that came out of this womb. All right, two different type of nations. You see, because these two babies grew up to being men, and they started a great nation. And it says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto her, Two nations are in thy womb, two matter of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. Verse 24, and when her days to be delivered was fulfilled, behold, there were twins in the womb. So there was twins in the womb. The one came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. You see? So, you know, he was a red man. He was a red baby. Okay? And his name was called Esau. Oh, Salaki, his name was called Esau. All right? You know, the reason why they call him Esau because of his skin was being red, and they described his skin unto a garment, you know. All right? Because it was red. The garment was red, so they call him Esau, you know. And it says, verse 25, and it says, the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when she buried them. You see? So Jacob, why they didn't describe how Jacob looked, man? Because Jacob came out normal looking. All right, he was a melanated man. So like a melanated baby, man. You know, and most likely he was a dark-skinned baby. Okay, so because at that time everybody was melanated, man. During the time of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right, during that time everybody was melanated. All right, so when Esau came out, he came out red looking, man. You know, he ain't come out white looking. Okay, he came out red looking. All right, and that's a hint of who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And it says, verse 27, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. You see? And you know, Esau was a cunning hunter, man, a man of the field, a man that likes going to the field, going to the mountains, you know, loves to go hunting. All right, don't really like to be around in the city, you know, but like to be by his home, by nature, pretty much, right? Killing animals, you know, for sports. Going to Africa and killing lions, giraffes, you know, rhinos, and so on and so forth, man. Beautiful animals. You see, this was this was Esau was, man. And it says Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents, right? And now we know that Jacob is the father of the Israelites, all right? Because Jacob grew up and he had 12 sons, man. And out of those 12 sons came out the 12 tribes of Israel, man. All right. In our verse 29 it says, and Jacob saw pottage, and Esau came from the field and was faint. And Esau said unto Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. All right. Then the Most High called him Edom. You know why? Edom means red. All right, which the Hebrew word for that will be Adawam. All right, red. Okay. You know, and it says, and Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die. What profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright, man. All right. And because Esau lacked in faith, he lacked in patience, you know, he sold his birthright unto Jacob. All right. Because in the ancient world, when you are the elder son, the birthright belongs unto you. Okay. But in this case, Esau, because of not being patient, all right, he wants everything to be handed on to him right there and then at the spot, all right, for being selfish, you know. He sold his birthright unto Jacob, man, all right. Now, like I said, man, Esau, Edom is the wicked, okay? That's what the Bible says so, right? You know? And that being said, the world will be given to the hands of the wicked, man. Now, who ruled the world? All right? And it says he covers the faces of the judges of thereof, man. All right? You go on social media, you go on TV, you know, the people that you see the most are so-called white people, man. Okay? The so-called white people are who is the nation of Esau, Edom. All right? Now you ask yourself, how can you prove that? You know? Well, once again, you gotta do some history, man. You know? But another scripture that I'm gonna give you is the book of Genesis, chapter 36. And it says, now these are the generation of Esau, who is Edom. Okay? Jump down to verse 8. Thus dwells Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. All right? Now these people, man, all right, these Edomites, okay, these so-called white people, you know, they like dwelling in mountains, man. If you look up Mount Seir, okay, that's the homeland of Esau, man. That's where they first lived at. Okay, so these people like to live in mountains. And it says, thou dwells Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. You see? All right? Because what? The book of Malachi, it says, the book of Malachi chapter 1, all right, verse 4, it says that that Esau, Edom, is the wicked, right? You know? And Esau is Edom. It's the same person. Okay? He dwells in mountains. All right? And it says, and these are the generation of Esau, the father of the Edomites in Mount Seir, man. Okay? And then you ask yourself, that don't prove nothing. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, you might be right, though. All right? Because I said that he lived in Mount Seir, man. You know? Now, this is the book of Job, chapter 30, verse 1. It says, but now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose father I will have disdain to have set with the dogs of my flock. Yeah, because, man, these people are disgusting, man. These are profane people, man. Okay? Job, he would not even have his flock, you know, he would not even have his dogs around these people, man. Of so much of profane of people they are, man. You see? And it says that they are younger than I, because the mentality of them is childish. All right? You know, that's why nowadays you got 30-year-old, you know, 40-year-old, you know, grown Edomites playing video games and shit, man. You know, want to be around little kids and just play around with kids, man. You know, in a very profane way, man. You see? Disgusting. And these Edomites like to have sex with animals, man. And it says, verse 2, and it says, yea, whereto the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished. For want and fame there was solitude, fleeing to the wilderness, in former time desolate and waste, who cut up mellows by the bushes, and jumpers roots for their meat. They were driven forth from amongst men. They cried after them as Salakia. They cried after them as after a thief. You see, because when they was living in Mount Seir, because hey, they couldn't be around people, man. You know, so they always dwelled in mountains. They always dwell in mountains because they was always chased away from people, man. They was they was chased away from people, man. People chase these people away because of so much of profane of people they are, man. You know, they're the wicked. All right, they do wicked stuff. You know, and it says to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and cave of the earth and in the rocks. All right, they lived in caves in the rocks and valleys, man. And another thing is they're known as the Caucasian people, right? You know, where do they get the name Caucasian from? You know, they come from the Caucasus Mountains, man. The Caucasus Mountains in South Russia. You see? Now, if you look up the Caucasus Mountains, it's made up of what? Valleys, cliffs, and mountains, man, and caves. You see? And those people dwell over there, man. So throughout all generations and years, these people was always driven away from amongst people, man, because of so much of profane people that they were. So they always dwell in these different type of, you know, forests, valleys, and mountains, man. Like just like the scriptures say, right? And it says verse 3 again, it says, Job chapter 30 verse 3, for one in famine they were solitary, fleeing to the wilderness. You see, a man of the field. In former time desolate and waste, who cut up mellows by the bushes and jumpers roots for their meat. They were driven forth amongst men. They cried after them as after a thief. You see? And it says to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys and caves of the earth and in the rocks. Amongst the bushes they brayed. Under the nets they were gathered together. They were children of fools. You see, these are foolish people. They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth. You see, they are more value than the earth, man. Anything, okay? They're the worst beasts amongst the world, man. Okay? So there you go, man. Esau, Edom, all right, it's the wicked. Esau, Edom is the so-called white man. The so-called white man is the wicked, okay? And let me bring out some more scriptures to back up my point. But first, let me go back to Malachi. All right, Malachi chapter 1. And now verse 4, and it says, whereas Esau, Salakia, whereas Edom says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. All right. And one thing about Esau, Edom, you know, his first mighty and great empire that he had was what? The Grecians. Okay, the Greek Empire. You know, starting with who, man? Alexander the Great and his 4 generals. All right. You see? And it says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. All right? And then after the Greek Empire, it was the Roman Empire, man. All these nations, all these kingdoms, both of these kingdoms was taken down, man. The Most High took those kingdoms down, but they returned and built the desolate places again, man. All right, and now what you got is America, all right, and them countries in Europe, man. You know, they rule all of that, and they rule the whole world. You see, and it says, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thou sayest the Lord Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. This shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord Yahweh has ended the nation forever, man. Yeah, because the Most High have ended the nation forever, man. All right. And let me go to book of Micah, chapter 1. This is the book of Micah, chapter 1, from the Apocrypha, and it says, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chedim, has smitten Darius, king of Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greeks. You see? And it says like it, the first over Greece. All right? So there you go, man. Alexander the Great, the son of Philip, the Macedonian, man. You know? And now if you're going to, I know when I was in school, all right, you know, my teachers used to love and used to get excited to talk about Alexander the Great, man. You know, Alexander the Grecian. You see? Yeah, man, he was a great warrior. He was a great king. All right, but he was a wicked king. He's an Edomite. He's a, you know. And it says, verse 2, and it says, made many wars and won many strongholds, and slain the kings of the earth. You see? So the wicked, you know, when he started taking a rulership, when he started getting on top of around the world, was during the time of Alexander the Great. That's how he became so great and mighty, man. You know, he's like I said, he started taking the earth. What was the earth known at that time, man? And it says, verse 2 again, it says, and made many wars and won many strongholds, and slain the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, and so much that the earth was quiet before him. You see? And that's a fact, man, because he went through Egypt, he went to Asia, he went through all those places, man. You know, like that statue in Egypt with the nose cut off. Who you think did that? The Grecians did that. Okay, so he went around what was the world known at that time, and he conquered all these nations, man. All right, and you can do your history on that, man. You see, and that's when the rulership of these Edomites started, man. And it says, verse 3 again, it says, and went through the ends of the earth, and took spoils of many nations, and so much that the earth was quiet before him. Whereupon he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up, because he's a proud man. All right, Esau Edom, he's a proud man, and he gathered a mighty strong host, and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributes unto him. And after these things he fell sick, and perceived that he shall die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom amongst them while he was yet alive. All right, and this is talking about his servants. Verse 7. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bear rule, every one in his place. All right, and those servants are what, man? Those servants are talking about them, the four generals that came after Alexander the Great. All right, Alexander the Grecian, you know. And let me go to the book of Daniel, chapter 7. All right, because Daniel, and this was before the time of the Alexander the Great. All right, so Daniel prophesied about the Greek Empire, man. And he prophesied about Alexander, man. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7. And let me see if I can and verse 6, Daniel chapter 7 verse 6, and it says, after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leper, which had upon the back of it 4 wings of a fowl. You see, the leper, man. The leper is representing the Grecian Empire, man. And another thing is, when Alexander the Great, when he was conquering, he had a helmet. His helmet was made of a leper head, man. You see? So that right there, that's spiritual right there. I mean, you can look it up. Look it up. Look up the armor and the helmet of Alexander the Great, man. It will show that it was a leper, man. Okay? And it says, after this I beheld, and lo, another like a leper, which had upon the backs of it 4 wings of a fowl, man. And the 4 wings is talking about the 4 servants of Alexander the Great. All right, those 4 generals that was with Alexander when Alexander started conquering these nations, when he started conquering the world at that time. And it says, the beast had also 4 heads, those generals, and dominion was given to it. All right, you see, and that's what, man, going back to first Malachi, man. That's those 4 generals. You see, it says Malachi chapter 1 verse 8, and it says, and these servants bear rule everyone in his place. All right, so they started ruling. Dominion was given unto them. And after this his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evil was multiplied in the earth. You see? Now the wicked is hostile against who? Against the Lord Yahweh, man. Okay? And it said that because after the rulership of Alexander the Great, guess what? It says evil multiplied in the earth. Okay? Wickedness. You see? That right there proves you who is the wicked. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. And it says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been hostage at Rome, and he reigned in 137 years of the kingdom of the Greeks. And in those days went there out of Israel wicked men, who pursued many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathens that are round about us, for since we departed from them, we had much sorrow. You see, and that's going to the wickedness of our 2/3 Israelites amongst the nation of Israel, man. All right, because when these Edomites started conquering the world, and then the Edomites started bringing their philosophy with it, our people went along with it, man. You see, they went along with the nonsense and the philosophy of what this devil was bringing upon the face of the earth, man. All right, but hey, man, we at the time that, hey, man, everything's about to be uncovered, man. All right, the horror is being uncovered. All right, everything's coming out, man. All the evil that you have done upon the face of the earth is coming out, and it's gonna get you. All right, now this is let me get into the book of Revelation. Now that we got a little history about who is Esau Edom, man. Okay, because Esau Edom is on top of the world, man. He rules what the world's known right now. Okay, because of his prideness. We know who he is. All right, because he's a proud man. All right, now this is Revelations chapter 17, and it says, and there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, man. And who is that whore that John the Revelator is talking about, man? All right, he's talking about America, man. Okay, she is known as a whore according to the scriptures. All right, and it says verse 2, with whom the kings of the earth has committed fornication, the inhabitants of the earth has been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, man. All right, you know, let's look up that word fornication, man. You know, because all the nations has committed fornication with this whore, man. All right, now let's look up the word fornication in Revelation chapter 17. Okay, it says, this is the word fornication. All right, it's a Greek word, 4203, parnuo. All right, and it says to give oneself to unlawful sexual intercourse, to commit fornication. All right, and then it says to prostitute one body to the lust of another. Okay, now that's the physical one, and then you know, spiritual one. It says to the definitions. You know, the spiritual definition is to be given to idols, to worship idols. You see, to permit oneself to be drawn away by another into idols. All right, idols, man. Okay, and it says verse 2 again, Revelation chapter 17 verse 2. It says with whom the kings of the earth has committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth has been made drunk with the wine of her fornication, man. All right, and there's another definition of fornication, man. Okay, and it says once again, sexual intercourse, adultery, fornication, homosexuality, lesbianism, intercourse with animals, man. Intercourse with animals. And another thing is, that's against the scriptures too, man. You're not supposed to be having sex with no animal. What the that right there is just weird, man. You should already know, you know, by common sense, you ain't supposed to have sex with animals, man. But here in America, there are 3 states that allows bestiality. Okay, one of them is New Mexico, Wyoming, and Hawaii. All right, to let you know who is the damn wicked, man. All right, hostile against the Lord Yahweh, man. Man, guilty against the Lord, man. You see, you got 3 states that allows bestiality. It says sexual intercourse with close relatives. All right, sexual intercourse with a divorced man or woman. And it says the spiritual definition of it, the worship of idols, the defilement of idolism as incurred by eating the sacrifice offered to idols, man. And that's what America pushes, man. You know, to worship and to do all wickedness, you know, and not do the will of the Lord Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua, man. You know, you got the free will to be wicked, you know, but you can't. But when it comes down to the law of the scriptures, when it comes down to the Most High, it's not allowed here in the world, man. You see? That's why now you got women over men. Yo, that's confusion, man. The man's supposed to be over a woman, simple as that. But they push what? The you know, they push his woman's liberty, man. You see? And another thing is they don't you know, they don't keep the Sabbath, man. All right? They don't keep the Lord's Sabbath, man. All right? And they worship their own God. Okay? They put in themselves as they are the Most High, man. You know, they want all the people to accept him as he is that he is the Savior. You know, with his scientist medicine, man. You see, with all that, it's just, you know, it makes you more sicker. Okay, but he pushes this, man. You know, he pushes that it's alright for you to be a homosexual, man. It's alright to you to be a lesbian, man. You know, matter of fact, they praise you. You know, they think that you're more brave than anybody out there, man. All right, and then you got transgender, man. That's confusion. You see, it's alright for you to cut off your rod and think that now you're a woman. Man, come on, man. And another thing is they put pork ingredients in almost everything that you eat, man. Everything that you eat, that you consume, most likely it has pork in it, man. Okay? But according to the book of